Welcome everyone to the Underground Sound, our special Halloween edition, October 28th, 2022. We are recording. I am DJ Tech. With me as always is Carlos Fandango. We are putting the us back into music.
So please do like, subscribe, and share, and let's get your music out there.
Absolutely. And speaking of liking, subscribing, sharing, and all that kind of stuff, if you guys don't know yet, YouTube has changed their subscribe button. It no longer looks the way that it did. It's now kind of like a ovalish white button for subscribes. And please, by all means, do hit that notification bell so that way you can be updated whenever we release new videos. And to our friends on TikTok now, hello and welcome, and thank you for gathering in masses pretty quickly. We're up to about somewhere around 150 right now. I'm going to assume that we're at about 150 followers, which took quite a while on YouTube, but now YouTube is just going a little bit quicker. As they've said, your first 1,000 is the hardest, and we're actually up to 1,090 at the moment. So we're closing in on 1,100 subscribers on YouTube. So welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome to all the new followers. Of course, huge shout outs and thank yous to the subscribers and the folks that have been with us since the very beginning, the inception of the show. And one thing to mention real quick, here's sad news coming out of the Jerry Lee Lewis camp today, as Jerry Lee Lewis has passed away probably, I think, about 2 hours ago. So Jerry Lewis, you may know him best for Great Balls of Fire, has died at the age of 87. So we will, as tradition, raise a glass here to Jerry Lee Lewis and to family and friends. We are sorry for your loss, as you are undoubtedly grieving today. Cheers to Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, cheers to Jerry Lee Lewis. And great icon of the rock and roll era on that great big Christopher wave they rode. And, on the back of Great Balls of Fire, of course, one of John Lennon's favorite songs from the rock and roll era, and one of his favorite songs of all time. I think just he saw that as the essence of rock and roll. But he had a whole lot of shaking going on as well. And I like Wine and Spodiode, and there's Breathless is a really good song as well. He was just excellent because he was a character as well, and just had lots of characters in music then, and the music was all about the fun.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt. Indeed. So I'm pretty sure the next couple of days that you're going to be hopping onto YouTube or Spotify or whatever your preferred medium of entertainment is, that you'll see more of Jerry Lee Lewis's stuff popping up, as tends to be the case. When we lose a musician or we lose a celebrity, an actor or so forth, then we tend to see a lot more of their movies coming out or a lot more of their music. So by all means, check that out. And we've got the Halloween theme going on today. Yes.
Indeed.
Okay. So we should have gotten dressed up, I think.
Yeah, I feel like I should have done. Yeah. Or do we look gory enough and awful enough as it is?
Yeah, I think maybe. So this is just, I'll tilt my head down like this. It'll blind you for a second, and then there you go. So that's my Halloween scare for you today. So. All right. Oh man. So a big shout out once again to our show sponsor today, Nathan Brashear, Monsters Are Real. Thank you once again, brother, for the show sponsorship. Thank you very much for all that you've done for the show since the very beginning. And Nathan, I spoke to him, I think it was on Monday. I sent him an email and I was like, hey, last minute surprise, Carl and I are doing a Halloween themed show on Friday. Do you think that you can put together a Halloween track? And he was like, oh, wow, this is like really short notice, actually. I was like, I know it's short notice. It's just something that we were tossing around. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. He's like, let me see what I can do. Maybe I'll just do an acoustic version, because there probably won't be enough time to mix and master the song appropriately. He did go all out. It is not mastered. It is put together, though. And I just want to mention this, that much like Carlos Fandango, our very own Carlos Fandango here, Nathan is a one-man show. He does the drums, he does the bass, he does the guitar, he does the singing, he does the songwriting. Basically, the all-in-one musician that you could think of. That is Nathan Brashear of Monsters Are Real, and it's nice to see how far along he's come in the just over a year that I have actually known him, because he did come out into the scene basically as a rookie musician. So fantastic. Let's take a listen to this track real quick. This one is called All Hallows Eve by Monsters Are Real.
Yo, Drax, you ready? Yes! Give me that bass line. 1, 2,
That was hilarious.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All Hallows Eve, feel the anticipation building. Everybody scream as the sun goes down, the dead are rising. Evil creatures lurking, it's time to trick or treat. Join the masquerade. Ghouls and goblins in the street. Terrorize your neighborhood. For all the candy you can eat.
Yeah!
Halloween. The harvest moon shining bright, setting all the spirits free.
And the Wolfman gets a writing credit.
Zombies and ninjas, pirates and witches, princesses wearing their crown, psychotic killer clown.
I hate clowns. They taste funny.
The harvest moon shining bright, setting all spirits free. Halloween. Lunatic in our brains, making you scream. Out at the moon. Out at the
Keeping in mind that song is not mastered. It has just been put together in the last 4 days from start to finish. What are your thoughts, Carl?
Yeah, I mean, it's as you say, yeah, it's not mastered or polished and refined yet, and I'm sure I'll have time to do that in due course. But considering it's just been put together quickly, I mean, a lot of the body of the work, often for me, for instance, is you know, composing the song and the chords and the structure of and then the lyrics side of things. You know, sometimes it can be quick, but sometimes if you really have to think about a specific theme and getting everything to fit together nicely, then it can take time. So that's probably a large portion of this was on, and it's got a lot of fun and detail in it, like the Michael Jackson sort of Thriller tribute part of it, with the kind of thing going on, and there's just nice sort of fun Halloween song. Actually, it's pretty good effort, and I think it would be enjoyable for any Halloween party. I don't know with the sound, it was sort of whether it was just coming through like this, but it was almost like that gated reverb sound, but it wasn't that, but it was just a sort of sound to it. That might be the way it was coming through to me, but
No.
The technical side of things, obviously, that could be refined and polished. But as a song, you know, it's, the singing, Nathan's singing, just reminds me a little bit of that sort of early to mid 80s, the sort of Iron Maiden sort of sound of vocals, if you know what I mean. That kind of heavy metal type of style of vocal. But yeah, it's good fun. Good fun.
So the gated effect that you heard, it is on the actual track like that, right? But once again, nothing there is polished or made to look shiny or anything like that. This is a very, very rough draft. I mean, you know, once again, written, composed, put together, you know, just in a matter of a few days. Just what I liked really was, I hate clowns, they taste funny, you know. The rhythm guitar, that had me like kind of like, you know, bobbing my head all throughout the song. It's really catchy, just that portion of it alone. One thing that we've been talking about quite a bit on the show is these rock songs, these metal songs, which kind of like lack a guitar solo, and that guitar solo I think was absolutely fantastic. So, but just as you mentioned, all the words on it, you know, they are a lot of fun, and you could definitely have like a nice spooky Halloween party going on with this playing in the background, along with, you know, Monster Mash comes on, you know, just the regulars. You'd hear this song, you would think nothing less than pro. I am looking forward very much to a mastered version of this song from Nathan. I'm pretty sure that will be coming up pretty soon. And yeah, so thank you very much for that one, Nathan. And once again, our show sponsor, Monsters Are Real, Nathan Bashir, thank you very much. That was our little impromptu thing, just because I just wanted to see what Nathan can do in such a short amount of time. So putting Nathan on the spot there, we have All Hallows Eve, maybe a mastered version of that soon. For song number one, we have Raining Sun.
Raining Sun.
What's up?
Yeah, wicked game. So this chap is Ben Astrop from London in the UK. He's got just this one track so far, but 70 plays and 10 followers from one track, 4 of them saves. And the track itself is called Wicked Game. And I thought, well, this is it's a song about being attracted to someone who turns out to have a darker side. They love you one minute and then hate you the next. Well, we've met people like that, haven't we, all of us? And a true Jekyll and Hyde. And I thought, well, the Jekyll and Hyde theme, that fits nicely into the whole Halloween theme, possibly.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, absolutely. So not to be confused with Chris Isaac's Wicked Games, but yeah, this is classified as rock and punk here. These aren't bad stats, man. 70 plays, 162 fire, 4 saves. It was posted only 8 days ago. This will be the 71st play, obviously, of the song here. Raining Sun, Wicked Game, also available on Spotify and YouTube. Let's check it out. Here we go. Actually, let me start presenting first, because then we're going to fall into that whole mess again. The outtakes specifically for TikTok.
Good. I'm sure there'll be lots of those.
I'm pretty sure there will be as well. So yeah, today we I didn't realize that we were going to be doing 15 tracks. So okay, I thought you had like literally put together like 10 tracks for the Halloween thing, and then
well, you know, yeah, that was the original intention, and I could have done that.
Oh, it's
probably.
fine. Oh, it's
yeah,
fine.
it's just the way it didn't work out in the end, because we already shot our load with Leanne's Ghosts and another one that was sort of Halloween themed. I thought, could have added those to the list. But of course, you know, a show every week isn't enough. I wanted to do a show and a half.
There you go. The underground sound getting bigger and better. Here we go. Raining Sun, Wicked Game. Check it out.
Why you acting so cold? You've been up hollering, the fever's taking hold. When you change your mind, it's like Jekyll and Hyde. But when you say you love me, it's evil in your eyes.
Wicked Game by Raining Sun. And Carl, let me know your thoughts here. I could see a lot of your thoughts here.
I forgot what I put on there actually, but yeah, I mean, from the get go, it's punky, catchy, with a guitar sort of chugging guitar on it, and yeah, reminiscent of the sort of noughties era of US punky sort of bands. Like the major to minor sort of note and chord change adds a bit of drama to it. Strong vocals actually, and memorable chorus. The song itself could be sort of song you hear on those old FIFA football games or soccer games on the computer, and so that was good. Guitar solo really cool actually. There's sort of almost Brian May-esque sort of touches on there. Really great guitar solo, actually loved it. And I thought it's a really good song actually. I just sort of very easy to listen to. It would be easy to sort of go back to the start and play again, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. It's super catchy, you know, very, very nicely done. You know, as you would say, you know, the ebb and flow of the song works really well. It leads into that guitar solo, which once again, you know, we've been going so long without like proper guitar solos, and now they're just like dropping in our laps. I got to think the underground sound had something to do with that, you know, because hey, no, but the lyrics were great. The production value is really good. It was definitely had that kind of like same feel as All Hallows Eve that we just listened to, right? It was very catchy. You could definitely hear it at a party. It would be a great song that would be performed live. It would be a great song just to listen to on your playlist. You know, so yeah, somebody left a comment there that said so organic, right? And I totally think that it does sounds really organic. It sounds like it just kind of like flowed, like, you know, like maybe they were just talking about it and they just, you know, started putting it together, and out comes what we have there. Wicked Game, and very nicely done. 2 thumbs up on this end here.
Good,
I gotta say. Yep. Moving on, we got Zach Moss.
Now, yeah, did we have that one the other day from Zach? Oh no, we didn't. Ignore me completely. Yeah, so Zach Moss. Okay. Right, it's from Charlotte, North Carolina, USA. Zach writes about the rise from heartache and addiction to redemption. So he's got an album out, Dark to Light, and here are some of the tracks from it. And this is one of them from it, and sings about issues of faith. His songs soothe the suffering common to all. Yeah, but basically, I thought this one's got a good sort of Halloween feel to it and flavor, in so much as it's called The Devil Whispered.
The Devil Whispered, listed as a folk song here. So it's had 46 plays, 39 fires, 3 saves on this one so far from 11 days ago. I wouldn't really expect folk to be too much of a popular category on Slaps. It seems Slaps is generally hip-hop themed for the most part, especially you said Saturday night, yes?
Yeah, although I've got to say, I wouldn't put it personally. I don't think I'd put it. I can't remember my comments on this one, but I don't think this is actually what I would call folk. I don't know. It's well, you'll hear when you hear it, and you'll see. I don't think it's necessarily folk. Maybe a Americana sort of folk, but yes, I don't know. It's got a good feel to it. I like it. I think you'll like it.
Well, I'm just kind of mentioning what he has listed here. As you can see, you know, in the purple, as a folk and singer songwriter is basically what it's listed as here as as of the posting from Zach himself. But let's check it out, and then we'll we'll go from there. The Devil Whispered by Zach Moss.
I've been lying awake at night, picking at my scabs. The heartache and hurt keeps running through my head. I'm drowning in this ocean like Jonah lost at sea, trying to pull myself up for air. My demons won't let me be. Good Lord, I better start praying. Well, the world's got me on my knees. Every time I think I might be out, I hear a voice talking to me. It said, good Lord, why ain't I praying when I'm all start praying. Well, the world's got me on my knees. Every time I think I might be out, I hear a voice talking to me. It said, good Lord, why not praying when I'm already on my knees? The devil whispered in my ear, come back, boy, come back to me.
I'll say wow to start off with, and I'll let Carlos take away the comments.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I thought when I heard it. It was the so I think it's a sort of hybrid of stuff. It's yeah, okay, I get the I wasn't sort of having a dig at you saying it was folk. It's the fact that it was listed as folk made me think, well, yeah, it's folk, blues, Americana, but it's also acoustic rock. I mean, there's definitely the vocals and a rock vocal. There's no doubt about it. So it reminded me of Vehicles, The Ides of March, where, yeah, because they've got that bit where it stops this great God in heaven, great God in heaven. And the good Lord thing is sort of, yeah, got that sort of feel to it. And the same sort of style of vocals as well. So there's a sort of bit of a retro vibe going on, but also, yeah, sort of biblical references, and it's very sort of faith oriented. But I thought it was really good actually, because all about, it's kind of like the Crossroads sort of Robert Johnson sort of themes, really. The sort of the battle with the devil all the time going on. So yeah, really liked it, and yeah, wow is exactly what I thought when I heard it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, wow is good, and if there's any confusion on why Carlos and I vibe as well as we do, it's because I keep on showing these lately a lot. You see that says Rocky Blues vibe. I was like, yeah, no, listen, not like Rocky Balboa. Come on, like rock.
I know,
walk, you know. But no, you know what? For the first thing when I started thinking, especially since you mentioned, and I don't care if you take a dig at me, you know that. But anyway, the first thing that I thought of when you had mentioned that the Americana kind of like folk, right, is the instant that the guitar strumming came in, I thought of Horse with No Name by America, right? So, but I did get the Rocky Blues vibe. But when his voice came in, right, he has an amazing voice. I mean, Bob Dylan-ish type voice, you know, and it's just the lyrics are powerful and they're strong, you know, and they are just even that much more, you know, just put up there, you know, they're put into the limelight just by the timbre of his voice, and it's just absolutely fantastic. I loved it. Love the song. Very groovy as well. There's a lot of religious reference, but that doesn't mean it's a religious song. Also available on Spotify, by the way. So if you'd like to add this to your playlist, check out in the video description the links below. Get this one on your Spotify playlist. This is going to be playlisted on our end here. I don't know if I had mentioned the website earlier. The website, as of the airing of this video, will be live. It is usundergroundsound.com. As of the taping of this show, there's still a few links that aren't working and everything, but by the time you hear this, then they will be absolutely 100%. So go check out usundergroundsound.com. Find these artists there if you don't want to look in the video description here, and look through the blog, find their other sources and their other mediums of getting their music. Check out our playlists as well, because these artists that we say playlisted will be playlisted onto those playlists. But great job, Zach Moss. That was definitely very surprising and very, very well done. And I mean, just aside from having a great voice and you know, and a good story and great lyrics and having this bluesy, rocky, folky vibe to it, it was just very nice production all around. So good job. Very nice. This is, again, why we do the Underground Sound.
Yes, because we find these little gems for you. If you're looking for new music, we'll find it for you. You come to us and listen through the tracks. You will like some, you won't like others, but you will find good new music from artists that aren't getting played on the radio that should be. That's Absolutely. The whole point of what we do.
Absolutely. And I want to quantify also two things here, is that the Underground Sound is not just for musicians. By all means, check out, we will have the radio station going up soon again. I've decided to bring that back. So I've reapplied for the ASCAP, BMI, CSAC, and all those licenses. and I just need to get approval with those. But the radio station will be coming back, which means that I think we're going to stick with the same format as we did before, where we're going to have mainstream hits and the artists played in between those mainstream hits. A lot of people seem to have liked that quite a bit. So that would be the first thing that I want to quantify here. The second thing that I want to talk about real quick is Carlos and I do not hate mainstream music. When we say mainstream music sucks, we're basically talking about the record companies and the radio stations who have just become big businesses. And you know, I mean, to listen to one song, you're going to listen to 5 minutes of commercials later on, and they just basically take whatever's on the top 40, and it just keeps on going and repeat. You know, we have no beef with mainstream artists because, you know, they too were indie at some point. They have made it. They've paid their dues, and they're out there now, and you know, they're doing their thing. But once again, it's just with the record companies having such a stranglehold on the mainstream radio stations, where they're basically pumping in money in here, play this, play this, play this, play this, play this, then that's what we're talking about when we're talking about mainstream music sucks. It's no hate involved with that. We would just like to see, you know, the Zach right there with that brilliant song that we just heard. We would just love to hear something like that playing on the radio as well. And it deserves to be.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Did I ramble too long?
No, that's okay.
do I need to do a waffling video on myself?
I just wasn't sure whether to add anything or whether I could add anything to that because it said everything. So
okay.
Fine.
Oh,
yeah, I concur.
I didn't know that I was like laser precise like that. You know. Moving on with our Halloween special here, folks. Once again, visit the video description link. The links in the video description below. Find these great artists. Check them out. And just get this music onto your playlist, please, because it's fantastic. You're not going to be disappointed here. What do we got going here with? Is it NELS? NELS PETERSON?
Yes, indeed it is. NELS PETERSON with Ghost in the Hall, obviously. A very Halloween sort of theme, I guess, with Ghost in the Hall. NELS is from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Has 5 tracks released on Slaps so far, with 582 plays. So it's very good, and 33 followers already. And this one this is different to the other 2 that we've just heard again. So it got a completely different flavor to it to the other tracks. Again, I hope you enjoy it. But there's certain aspects of it I really sort of I found really interesting and enjoyable.
Let's start presenting the tab here. This one is listed as a psychedelic indie. I mean, it's not that it's listed as, it just says here from NELS that it's a psychedelic indie. Ghost in the Hall, new track. Hope you enjoy. Available also on Spotify and Apple Music. I keep on wanting to say iTunes every time I see that damn logo. It's just, you know, if they were going to change it to Apple Music, like, why didn't they change the logo as well? I mean, it looks exactly the same except it's round, right? Mm-hmm. So that's my beef with Apple. I know you have more beef with Apple, but that's mine right there.
Well, right now the desktop is all set up fine, and it's not touch. There's no wood around here. Yeah. Yep. Oh, okay. Touch wood. There's no crashing going on now. So there's a whole lot of crashing going on last week, but not this week.
That's okay. Made for good content, it seems. So yeah. Ghost in the Hall, NELS PETERSON, 4 minutes, nearly 20 seconds here, and let's check it out.
Sometimes I can feel you drifting down the hall. It makes me feel so small. Inside, gazing out at all the things I've lost. Everything it cost me tonight, haunted by your presence, missing from June, just right, dancing on your face, it lifts and falls. But that was just a memory. Sometimes I can feel you drifting down the hall. Sometimes I can feel you drifting down the hall.
Ghost in the Hall, Nels Peterson, Carlos Fandango. Let's hear it.
Well, okay, so it's an unusual track, really unusual, and you don't really hear much of this sort of thing going on these days. But it's haunting, it's evocative, it's slightly sort of creepy vocal. I've just realised as well in the last minute that it's been nagging me to. I couldn't quite place the sort of vocal, but I think it's funny enough, it's a Canadian. Because he's Canadian as well. So maybe that's the influence of Klaatu. That was a Canadian duo that was the sort of Canadian Beatles of the 70s, and they did the song "Calling into All Occupants of Interplanetary Craft" that the Carpenters covered. And Klaatu, I'd recommend to anybody. They're brilliant, really good, melodic and harmonic and everything. And it's like, sort of kind of an offshoot of the Beatles. Like, you got a lot of people who are influenced by them. But it's like lyrically, it's quite sort of it's very evocative. You've got this sort of memory, this relative, this echo vibration from the past coming down the corridor, and that middle section where the ghostly apparition is sort of appearing and reappearing and so forth. That middle section has got excellent strings and pad synths, and particularly the woodwind sections, really well handled orchestration, reminiscent of something like a Delius piece or something, or Philip Glass type of classical piece. And I really like that one. I really, really like that one a lot. I mean, it won't be for everybody, but there'll be some people out there that love that one.
So here's what I got, because I was trying to place it as well, and I got like this early Beatles feel to it. I was trying to conjure it up in my mind, but then I started thinking, like, this really sounds like early days Pink Floyd. I mean, I just got that vibe, and it was just like, it was like kind of, it was drawing me in. So great job on that for the sound of it. Like The Wall, Dark Side of the Moon. When we were, you had those sounds, like lyrically, it really got to me as far as the timbre of the voice and everything was concerned. The midsection, what you're talking about here, is I thought what was going to happen is there was this buildup, and it looked like on the waveform like there was going to be a drum drop or something like that, right? So it would have been nice, I think, to hear a little bit of percussion in there, but I get what was going on. But again, it's just I was a little bit disappointed when we didn't hear any kind of drums like come in and like kind of like lift the song up a little bit higher or anything like that. But that would be my only critique, really, because as far as the production goes, this is it's really good production. I mean, everything's clear here. The guitar's working, the vocals are working. I like the double layered vocals, obviously. So yeah, great track. Just that would be my only thing. Like if there was to be a redo of this, just to add once that buildup hits and you have that reverse snare coming, the reverse cymbal, not snare, the reverse cymbal coming in, then I have like a boom, and it could really make like a really nice, like really, uplifting kind of like loud kind of piece, right? So very nicely done, Nels.
Yeah, I think that was all about the atmosphere, that one. And you mentioning Pink Floyd is really interesting, because actually if you were to do that, it would be the Nick Mason type of soft snare drum sound, that lovely dreamy sound they created. That would be perfect for that song. I hadn't even thought of it, but actually, yeah, that would be absolutely brilliant in the sort of way that Echoes sort of comes in with the drum beat, and it's just very drifty and dreamy, like a lot of their stuff, really. I think actually that would really work well. So but you'd have to treat it as two separate sort of interpretations of the song completely.
Yes,
and just approach it slightly differently, really. But that sort of one could easily drift off slowly with the drums, just drift off a very long fade, and it would be perfect. Yeah, really good idea, actually. Yeah.
Listen, the song itself, very calming, very relaxing. You know what I mean? It's one of those meditative songs where, like if you're kind of like sitting on your couch, you had a long day at work, you could like throw this on and like listen to it. You transport yourself to another place. It really puts your mind at ease. I'm just saying, like I said, if there were to be like an extended version or something like that, like that's something that I think would be great. And yeah, because the whole Pink Floyd theme to it, that's what really made me kind of like drift off. If you can recall some of the songs, I'm sure. But once again, nice job, Nels. Really, really well done. I liked it.
Well, it could actually segue into another song, couldn't it? That could be the sort of Pink Floyd style song. Yeah,
it could. The same way that The Wall did, right? Because The Wall, you had part one, part two, and it just kept on going. So it could definitely start off as something like that, build into something a bit more, and then obviously you have the epilogue of everything. So something to think about, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear some new Pink Floyd. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Smoke in the trees. No more smoke on the water. Smoke in the trees now.
Smoke in the trees. And again, the Halloween theme is Never Die, but the artwork as well. We've got the skulls, skeleton skulls. Smoke in the trees. Right. Okay. Let's have a look into these guys. So from Homer, was that Arkansas, USA? AK?
Homer, Arkansas.
Arkansas, right? Okay, USA. 3 tracks uploaded, 254 plays, and 23 followers, and it just says, "Yo, fresh from Alaska." Oh, it's Alaska, AK.
Oh my God, how did I miss that?
Alaska.
And I live in the U.S. too, so yeah, go figure. I forgot. I forgot Alaska even existed for a second here. Here's one thing to notice about Smoke in the Trees also is they have the 72.33 click-through ratio, click to track ratio, which is absolutely amazing. So they're doing a lot of commenting, a lot of listening to tracks that are out there before posting up their own, and they are also available on YouTube. They have a Facebook link here as well. I do not see that they are on Spotify. Interesting influences, though. Dio, Black Sabbath, Gorillaz, Weird Al Yankovic, Ozzy Osbourne, and Deep Purple.
Yes, indeed.
So,
as I think they actually get mentioned. A few of these artists get mentioned in this song as well. So that appealed to me straight away when I heard the lyrics.
All righty. Well, without further ado, let's check this out. Posted 11 days ago, 86 plays, going to be the 87th right now. 3 saves, 194 fires. Smoke in the trees, never die. And let me start presenting the screen.
Feeling while it's reeling, something deep inside so appealing. You were doomed, so am I. But rock and roll never die forever high. Superfly like a 747 off the head and Led Zeppelin. Take the stairway, jamming guitar, sipping Jaeger, getting Vega like a battle star, superstar. Dimebag Darrow dying up on the stage, deep in the machine, and we're starting to rage like a rat in a cage, a fire inside. Hop in the dead cab, 'cause we're going for a ride. Arriving at the doors, break on through to the other side. Suicide, she
Turning on the grate, listening for Chris Cornell. Audio slave seems so sublime. 3:11 is the time, and we just ran out. But I have no doubt that that's what rock and roll is all about. A scream and shout, a scream and shout. Not the feeling while it's reeling. Something deep inside, so it's healing. You are doomed, so am I. But rock and roll will never die. Never die. Never die. Hotter than a chili pepper sitting in a sauna. Gone to heaven, Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Nirvana. Higher than an eagle, smoking marijuana. Drunk, yes, a skunk, tequila, word, Tijuana. Sipping tonic, supersonic. The boom is bionic. Taking a trip with that cotton candy chronic. Taking a trip in the back of a hearse. But before I go, gotta blast another verse. Ride the feeling while it's reeling. Something deep inside, so it feeling. You are tuned, so am I. But rock and roll will never die. Never die. Never die. Got the feeling while it's reeling. Something deep inside, so it beating. You are tuned, so am I. But rock and roll will never die.
Long live rock and roll.
Yes, indeed. Rock and roll will never die, and it is therefore the ultimate zombie. It's basically going to go on forever. It's fantastic, and this is a great homage to rock and roll and all those greats. Really catchy, actually, from the outset, and the hyper catchy chorus stays in your head. That melody, in fact, his vocals when he sings, I thought were reminiscent of Spandau Ballet's Tony Hadley. He's got that sort of timbre in his voice, and but the sort of rest of the vocals, it's sort of not quite Beastie Boys, but sort of. We were talking about them, the track E equals MC squared.
The Streets.
Sorry,
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was Big Audio Dynamite.
Yeah, Big Audio Dynamite. That reminded me of that sort of vocal there, yeah, I just really like that track, and great for Halloween, but great for any time because it's about rock and roll at the end of the day.
Yeah, no. So one person left this comment, and I think that they were like dead on with this one. So referencing pop culture in a "we didn't start the fire" kind of way, which is, I think that's exactly what that song was doing there. Paying great homage because they mentioned obviously Kurt Cobain, Nirvana, 311. I mean, they basically went down this entire list of the great rockers there. Voice reminded me more of, I don't know if you remember this band called Faith No More. Mike Patton was the lead singer there, so voice really reminded me of Mike Patton from that one. Overall, I think the delivery of the guitars and just the melody of the song was more kind of like Cake-ish or like Urge Overkill. Yeah. So we kind of like went in through that thing, but very nice production, very catchy song. So Never Die, Smoke in the Trees. Very nicely done. I mean, it's good all the way around. I mean, I could definitely listen to that again. Very happy to
Well,
have heard that one. So
I think there's a lot to listen to in it as well. It's not just the references to all the different artists that you may or may not know, you know, all that kind of your favorite influences and all that kind of thing. But it's also there's lots of interjections and things, you know, like in the way that rap music does. You know, have say Eminem or something. There's lots of stuff going on vocally and verbally and call and response sort of things going on. So you know, there's lots of interesting stuff happening to bear a few listens, I would say.
yeah, no, I'm going to have to go and re-listen to the track myself again because the depth of the lyrics, there's a lot of information to take in. So I definitely would recommend that if you are hearing the song for the first time, go listen to it again. And if you need to know where to find the song, obviously head into the video description below, find the link there, and you can listen to the song over and over and over again if you please, obviously. So yeah, check it out. That was Never Die by Smoke in the Trees, by the way, once again. So again, very nicely done. I don't think I could add much more to that. Then I will have to listen to it again, and maybe we can do like a little like kind of like mini show next time where, you know, updates on what we think, right? Because once again, a lot of information to process before I start waffling. There we go. That is our Halloween special for this October 28th of 2022. If you're going out and partying tonight, please take a rideshare service, do something, do not drink and drive. Obviously, stay safe out there. You know, Halloween weekend tends to get a bit crazy, so everybody stay safe. I hope you enjoyed the show very much. We enjoyed putting it together. I hope you enjoyed the show very much. My goodness. There's that.
Sorry, can I edit that?
That what? Yeah.
You can edit that.
No,
in
it's that waffling aspect of everything, because now the brain's like kind of like going into overdrive after listening to songs and wanting to say something. You know, I'm still thinking about like 2 or 3 things here to catch up on with these songs as well, because I definitely want to listen to Ghost in the Wall again, and you know, this one that we just listened to, so Never Die. So we do hope that you enjoyed this Halloween special as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. Once again, shortly after this is uploaded, you will have the next episode of the Underground Sound with the full 10 tracks and the Purple Bowl of Destiny coming back up. For the Underground Sound, I am DJ X Tech. With me as always is Carlos Fandango. We are putting the us back into music.
So please do like, subscribe, and share, and let's get your music out there.
100%. Once again, have a very safe and happy Halloween. And please, whenever you get a chance, visit the new website, usundergroundsound.com, the official home of the Underground Sound. Take care for now.